Hanukkah, before Hanukkah, we need to understand what's the message of Hanukkah. We are used to having Nerot Hanukkah. We lighting it outside. It is interesting to see. You pass by the mall. You pass by Aventura Mall. Very interesting. I got a phone call. I got a call from the city mayor, Dania Beach. Rabbi, can I ask you a question? So I'm not getting, the city mayor calling me a question is to be voted, not to a halacha question. But she had an halacha question for me. She said, Rabbi, are you allowed, it is true that you're not allowed to have anything next to the menorah? So I didn't know which Israeli spoke with her and what did he tell her. So I had to be very diligent with my answer. So I told her, yeah, there is a halacha, you're not allowed to use the menorah. But to have something on the same table, it's not a problem at all. He said, oh, okay, so I can put the Christmas tree next to the menorah, right? I'm like, So I'm like, yeah, but it's just a paradox. It's like, what do you mean? I said, the menorah represents the ongoing Torah for 3,500 years. And the tree represents the opposite, that it was cut in the middle and things were changed. So putting it on the same table, it's really a contradiction. But Rabbi, is it okay? She got confused or she didn't appreciate my explanation. And I told her it's okay. But it's okay only for her, not for us. Why? Obviously we are Jews, but there is an important message. I was driving by big places and you see big trees, there are trees all over. And then you see a small menorah on the bottom, waving, hi, I'm here. I passed the Aventura Mall, it was a few years ago, and I saw in the middle, many years ago, it was in the middle, all of the trees and snow and everything, and a small menorah. And I'm thinking, like, one second, we own the mall, yet we put a small menorah, and everybody else putting big. What's the difference? Why we're not doing something big, and we're doing only something small? Another interesting difference between the Christmas and Hanukkah, if I might ask, it's not a rabbi's job to explain differences, but very interesting. What is the theme of Christmas? We're giving gifts. They are giving gifts. It's all, when I came to Florida the first time, I was young, I was 19, and I came with my family, my brother got married, and I saw a tree and gifts wrapped around. So I'm telling my brothers, look, the American, they leave gifts on the floor. Then I picked it up, I'm sorry, it's empty, okay. I didn't know what's that, So in America, in Christmas, the custom is to give gifts to the family member, to other people. However, by us, we have a different name for our gifts. In Yiddish, it's called Chanukah Geld. What's Chanukah Geld? Geld in Yiddish, it's money. We give money in Hanukkah. Many people do give gifts because we learn from the Goyim, but we give money, they give gifts. What's the difference? Why we are giving money, they are giving gifts? No, we are not donating to our friends. לא נעים. לא תורמים לחברים.
לא תורמים, אבל הם יכולים להעביר כסף.
לא לבית כנסת. No. We're giving money to our family members. I just want to emphasize. We're giving money. בחנוכה, yes.
אפשר להעביר הלאה.
נכון.
כסף אפשר להעביר, מתנה אפשר להעביר.
So what's the difference? Why in Christmas they give gifts and we give money? What's the idea of the light of the menorah that we are putting it outside? In general, Jews are not supposed to do things out loud. We don't do things outside. We keep it at home. We are confident. Suddenly we're showing off ourselves. We're putting lights outside. It's not common. It's not... לא מקובל אצלנו להראות את עצמנו בחוץ. Usually we leave ourselves who we are without showing anything outside. So in order to understand, I want to take a look, very interesting. Last week, Parasha, we have a famous lady that she didn't get the proper attention due to what she's been through, but there is so much to learn from her. The name of that lady was Dinah. Dinah was the daughter of Yaakov Avinu. Unfortunately, she was taken by Shechem, the son of Hamor, Shechem ben Hamor. She was taken by Shechem ben Hamor, and the Torah said that he took her, he loved her, and then he didn't like her. I mean, he didn't say, the Torah didn't say didn't like her, the Torah said he suffered her. So he took her to be his wife and he suffered her. So the Torah said that Dinah was going outside to the street when Yaakov Avinu was by the house of Lavan, if I'll give the background, for many years. And as he was leaving the house of Lavan, he was settling on a place, it's called Chivi. The name of it was called Chivi. So he was settling by the Chivi, and his daughter went outside to see, shopping, friends, what's going on with the girls outside. The Torah described, but Tetzeh Dinah. Dinah was going outside to see the girls of the society at the time. The Gemara make a point out of it. When Dinah was going outside, it's similar to her mother. Her mother was also going outside. When her mother, which Leah, was going outside also. So the famous story, when the son of Leah had the dudaim, certain flowers, that it was a special treasure, special zgula to have children, it says that Rachel asked Leah, can you give me some of the flowers that your son got so I can have children? She says, no, you took my husband, you're going to take now my flowers. And therefore the Torah said that they told her, Rachel told Leah, if you don't want to give me the flowers, let's make a deal. I am going to give you my husband tonight, because at the time, in our society, we live with one wife. So usually between husband and wife relationship, there is a feeling that the husband owes the wife everything, and vice versa. At the time, there used to have few ladies, So I think Shlom Bayit was better, because if your wife makes you angry, I'm going to the other one now, And there was to have rotation. So on that night was the night of Rachel, and Rachel said, since you want my husband, I'm going to make a deal with you. You take my husband, and as an exchange, give me the flowers. Good. The Torah said when Yaakov came back from the field, Vatetzeh Leah likrato. Leah was going outside to greet Yaakov, to tell him Yaakov, and the Torah says, tonight, I paid for your services. I hired you, says the Torah. So come and sleep with me. So the description of the Torah, Leah yatzah. She went outside to let Yaakov know, tonight you're going to be with me. The Torah said it's the same thing as Dinah. When Dinah started going out to see the girls of the land, the girls of that society, it is the same action of going outside. And it's really need a lot of explanation. What Dinah did is going outside to see people in the land, which is not the most appropriate action for Bat Israel. You don't go outside to associate with the non-Jewish girls around you. What Leah was going outside to greet her husband, Yaakov. Why is the Torah comparing when Leah is going outside to see the girls of the neighborhood when Dinah is going outside to see the girls of the neighborhood, to Leah is going outside to Yaakov to greet him to come home? What's the comparison between one to the other? So like we said a little bit before, Dinah was taken at the beginning against her will by Shechem, and he was with her, he slept with her, he loved her, and then he made her suffer. So this is a tragedy to the family of Yaakov. Abba Shela Yaakov, but a tragedy. His daughter, the daughter of the Tzaddik Yaakov, being taken by a goy on the street, and he raped her. What's going on? Why is that happen to Yaakov? Yaakov, you are Tzaddik. Why is your daughter acting on such a way? The Gemara said Yaakov had an open tub. Because when Yaakov earlier, he went to see Esav. Esav used to hate Yaakov. And when they met after Yaakov spent the time by Lavan, his cousin, the Torah said that Yaakov came to greet Esav with all of his family. We have the list of the family who came together with Yaakov to greet Esav. However, there is one person missing, Dinah. The Torah says when Yaakov went to meet his brother Esav, the Rasha who wanted to kill him a second before, he said, look, Dinah, she was a good-looking woman, girl. She was concerned that this Rasha going to take a look on Dinah, he's going to like her and take her to be his wife. He wanted to prevent it, so he put her in a box. He didn't send it via FedEx, he just put her in the box during the travel. So when they met with Esav, he hid Dinah, so Esav is not going to see her. The Torah said that Yaakov was accused for such an action. Why? He said, your brother, if he would have married Dinah, maybe she would bring him to do tshuva. Because Dinah was the daughter of the tzaddik Yaakov. So since Yaakov hid his daughter away from his brother, he got a punishment. She was taken away from him by a Gentile, by a Goy, and he raped her. But if you think about it, what's so bad? What we expect from Yaakov? A brother that was there to kill him. He came to murder Yaakov. Yaakov was able emotionally to control him. You want Yaakov to give him his daughter, Dinah? I mean, this is a Rasha. This is a guy who's just to kill other people. Why would demand Yaakov to do such a thing? The last piece of the picture is the brothers of Dinah. They gave a condition because the father of Shechem, his name was Hamor, he came over and said, look, my son wants to marry your daughter. He said, no. He said, look, only condition we allow our daughter to marry your son if all of your city will do Brit Milah. And it's a famous story that they all did Brit Milah. At the third day of the Brit, which is the hardest day, Shimon and Levi, the two brothers, went on their own, and they came and they killed the whole city, and they took away Dinah. If you think about it, taking away Dinah, should that be an easy move or not? The Torah says that, the Gemara says, Dinah didn't want to go out until Shimon promised her that he will marry her. After Shimon promised he will marry her, she was willing to come out. Dinah, you were raped by a man. You suffered by him. Why you don't want to come out of it? You need Shimon to promise you to come out. It is unbelievable to understand what's going on. So to summarize, we ask question number one on Hanukkah. What's the point of putting the light outside? We are not showing off in Hanukkah. Why Christmas they give gifts, we give money? Going to Dinah, why Dinah was similar to her mother. She was going out to see the girls in the neighborhood, and her mother went to her husband. Why is that? We're comparing the two actions. Why was Yaakov accused of not giving his daughter to Esav Rasha? Why Dinah didn't want to leave the house of Shem? So in order to understand, we need to come to the understanding who was Dinah. Dinah was a very, very powerful woman. Dinah initially was supposed to be a man. And Leah, when she was pregnant with Dinah, it was her 7th child. She realized if Dinah going to come out to the world, if this baby will be a boy, my sister Rachel, we're not going to have 2 children. She's going to have only 1 child. And all of the other ladies in the family had minimum of 2 children. She said, they're going to have 2 and my sister's going to have 1. She prayed to Hashem. Hashem was machloket. What happened over there? That will be a girl and it's not going to be a boy. What happened over here? One of the most important jobs that we have as people, and especially many of our ladies as ladies, is the ability to empower others. The ability to empower others, it's a task, it's an ability that usually comes from ladies and also from men, but mainly from ladies. When Leah understood that her sister Rachel gonna feel bad, she realized she needs to empower her sister. She needed to make her sister feel good about herself. She was willing to give up an ability to have a son into the 12 tribes just to make her sister feel good about herself. This girl, Dinah, that came out of this pregnancy, it's a girl who has a unique abilities. She can empower others. She can make others to be better. When Shechem ben Hamor found her, the Torah says that she came out to see bebnot haaretz. She went out there to see the girls in the neighborhood. The Torah is telling us Dinah was a responsible and powerful woman. When she arrived into a new neighborhood, she came to be out there to empower other girls. She didn't want to go out to a movie with the local girls. She didn't want to go out to a movie. She didn't want to go hang out on the malls with the girls. She wants to empower the girls. She wants to support the girls. She wants to support the girls. She wants to make sure that all of the girls around her will be healthy and good girls. Therefore, the Torah said Dinah was going outside to see the daughters of the land. Why she was going outside? She was there to empower other girls. Who saw her? Shechem ben Hamor. Who is his father? Hamor. What's Hamor? What's the identity of a donkey? Donkey, it's an animal that doesn't empower anybody. What's the job of a donkey? To carry a load. That's it. Power is not an animal who can empower. By the way, a hearse can empower others. Therefore, there is a lot of therapies with hearses. Hearse can empower. It's an animal can empower. A dog can empower others. However, a hearse has the ability, a hearse, dog, any animal can empower others. However, a donkey cannot empower. Shechem grew up by a father who never empowered him. He sees Dinah going outside and empowering others. He said to her, I want you. I need somebody like you to empower me, to make me strong. The Torah said that she's going out in a similar act to Leah going out to her husband. When Leah was going out to her husband, she told her husband in simple words, by the way, I paid for your services. I'm sorry to say, but usually men pays for the services of women, not women are paying for the services to be with men together. What's going on over here? Going out to her husband, I'm going to be with you tonight, I paid to be with you tonight. This is the most unbelievable empowerment that a woman can give her husband. I admire you so much, I appreciate you so much, she said to Yaakov, that I'm willing to pay just to be with you. That's why the Torah described her action and her move, latzet. What latzet means? Go out of yourself. Do not focus on yourself. Think about somebody else. Usually in a husband and wife relationship, a wife is the one who moved to a place and the husband needs to convince her to be with him. Leah had a special unique ability. She was able to convince her husband. Why? She was able to give him the message, I admire you, I appreciate you, I want so badly to be with you. The Torah says on that night she slept with Yaakov, a special child came out of him. His name was Issachar. Issachar, all of his children were teachers, teaching Torah. What is the job of a teacher? To empower somebody else. This move out of Leah to empower her husband, gave her a child who can empower other people. Therefore, Leah and Dinah are the same. Both of them have the same characteristics, latzet, to come out of the boundaries to empower other people. And it's crucial. The only way you can empower people, only if you get out of yourself. When you think about yourself, there is no way to empower anybody else. The Torah says that Yaakov Avinu hid Dinah from his brother. You know why? He didn't realize which type of daughter he has. He didn't realize how powerful is his daughter to get out of herself, and she has the ability to change people. And he was accused. Why you hide her away from your brother? Esav, usually evil people, Reshaim, it's come from a low emotion and difficulties in life. You know, even the worst mafia guy doesn't think he's doing something wrong. There are low emotions that convince him that what he's doing is wrong. She had the ability to empower Esav, to make him strong, to make him greater, but Yaakov withheld her. He didn't let her do so. Therefore, he got the punishment. She was taken by Shechem. Shechem took her because he wanted her to empower him. But the Torah said then he suffered her. You know why he suffered her? He realized there are two ways, and this is an unbelievable principle. When you empower people, there are two ways to empower them. You can empower them for the person that they want to be. You can empower them to the person that they want to be, or you can empower them for the person they should be. Many of us get empowered by others. We limited that to the person that we are comfortable to be. To empower me to wake up early in the morning to do exercise, leave me alone, I'm fine where I am. A true empowerment comes to push you for the person that you can be, not the person that you want to be. Because very often the person that you want to be, it's not who you are. It's what's including your limitation, what you are comfortable with. A true empowerment is to push you to an area where you can be. When Shechem realized how powerful woman he has, he withheld her, he didn't let her. The Torah said he suffered her. Don't tell me what I should be. You're there to empower me for the person that I want to be. Sounds familiar in a Shalom Bait? This is who I am, don't change me. We both saying it to each other. We are coming from a place where I'm comfortable where I am. Do not empower me. Don't change me. Obviously, to create a change in a relationship cannot come from a criticism. If we'll criticize each other, look at you, doing nothing all day, go work, do something, that's not empowering, that's exactly the opposite. Empowering meaning sensing abilities, strength, power that the other person has with us, and to push him to do that. Shechem didn't want it to happen. And therefore he suffered her and he turned her off. He made her, in a way, he sterilized, he ruined her, that she cannot, a woman who wants to empower somebody else, and he's putting dividers, putting walls, he's holding her, and she was not the same person. The Torah said, after Shimon and Levi killed the whole city, she didn't want to leave the city. She said to Shimon, I lost my identity. Who can I empower? If I try to empower somebody and he limited me, who am I? I'm worthless. Dinah didn't want to leave the city of Shechem. Shimon promised her something. I will marry you, meaning I will let you to empower me. I will give you your abilities, your strength, being explored, being expressed within me. Dinah said, if that's the condition, I'm willing to come out. Who were the children of Shimon? The Torah said they were also teachers. Melamdei tinokot. The ability to empower others, that's the criteria of teachers. Shimon, who married eventually Dinah, was able to get such an empowerment. Before we elaborate and make it practical on a day-to-day, I want to open the Hanukkah concept. The whole idea of the light of Hanukkah, we were asking, Nerot Hanukkah is not about us. Nerot Hanukkah, we never put things outside on the street. Jews don't do like that. The tree, Christmas tree is big, our Hanukkah menorah is small. Why? What we are putting outside, it's not about us. It's all about others. Where are we putting the menorah? The window. With there, the light of the menorah, it's to empower others, to make others stronger, We publicizing a miracle that happened to us to make other people stronger. I shared it here, I think, a few weeks ago. One of my students, Jonathan, that he went to a homeless guy on a Hanukkah, and instead of giving him money, he gave him a hug. And he gave him the message of Hanukkah. And this guy got out of it. He lives in Morocco now with his wife. The message of Hanukkah, the light of Hanukkah, is to empower other people. To give other people the message, you are stronger, you big, you can do it. That's the whole idea of the light of Hanukkah. Therefore, we don't give gifts. We give money. When I'm giving you a gift, I define what's good for you. I'm controlling you. When I'm giving you money, I'm empowering you. What's the feeling of a parent to give his child money? What's he going to do with it, right? You know, let me give him an Amazon gift card, make sure he's going to buy only what he needs. Giving money to somebody else is the highest level. I trust you. I trust you. I know you're going to do the right move. Take the money and do it yourself. That's why in Hanukkah we give money. Hanukkah is a holiday to empower other people, to make people feel great about themselves. On a practical way, our approach to our kids on a day-to-day is on a feeling and understanding. I want my kids to be, it's a classic American phrase, my son the doctor, my son the lawyer. He's a lawyer, he's a doctor. What did he do wrong? He's going to be a lawyer now. Doesn't want to be. My dentist told me, when you go to a dentist, basically you and he's talking, So when you choose a dentist, make sure he doesn't talk too much because he drills, drills you here and here. So my dentist, Sheyeh Bari, Baruch Hashem, used to give me stories. So he told me that his partner on the previous office commits suicide. Like why? I know the highest level of suicide among doctors is dentists. You're into a mouth of somebody for 8 hours a day, I would commit also suicide. But I didn't choose the job. So he said that his mother wanted always to be a dentist. So she pushed him and he became a dentist. He never wanted to be that person. Year passed by, he realized I don't want to be that person. So he took away his life. As parents, we have some goals for our kids. We want them to be something, but sometimes they don't want to be. Classic, dealing with teenagers. Today, teenagers, by the way, I just want you to know, they're making more money than regular people. We have kids at Shorashim, editing videos. The guy never went to school for videos on anything. The guy makes $200,000 a year, just editing videos. There are certain boys playing video games. They have high scores. Hundreds of thousands, we said to them at 17, 18 years old, making so much money. We had a trip to Israel, and the mother called me up and said, look, our situation is very difficult. It's hard for me to pay for the trip. So I told her, what about you something from the trip? Like, no, I can't take money away. Like, look, he makes $200,000 a year. Like, what? Like, you didn't know? No, I didn't know. I said, yeah, ask him. He makes $200,000 a year. You want to get a special discount for him? Our teenagers today create from a different material. I'm not saying better, but it's a different material. Unfortunately, the media ruined us and helped us, but it's not the same. By the way, it used to be like, generation change every 15 years. Now every 3 years a different generation. It used to be the Facebook generation, now the old people Facebook. Who look at Facebook? You tell a teenager, Facebook? What? No, I'm not old. Instagram used to be the newer one. Now, no, TikTok and Snapchat. They've been updated, but the sad part, every change, it's a different lifestyle. Facebook used to have a long information. Now, TikTok is all about the short. The stamp, the ability to concentrate, it's unbelievable. We live in a different type of children, different type of generation. Our dream to our kids are not necessarily the right thing for them. And this is where our responsibility comes to empower them to be who they are, who they can be, not who we want them to be. It is so crucial. Some kids, they don't want to be in college. So you make them go through college for 3 years. On a side note, going to college, it's just paying for party services for 3 years. They learn nothing, they get nothing out of it. If you really want your child to learn, keep them at home and let them do online and work in between. Especially if you have a daughter and you want her to be kept properly, don't send her ever to colleges. Are over there, everything is done, you're paying money to ruin her. Our life outside is not what we can provide inside. But again, our ability to our responsibility to our kids, it's not to make them who we want them to be, who they can be, and they can be so much better. Some kids don't go to college and they will do so well. Some needs to go to, again, I'm not encouraging you not to send your kids to college, I'm just encouraging you to be much open-minded and not to have a goal for your children. Lastly, between us and our spouses, we try to push our spouses for the person that we want our spouses to be. And it's not his or her fault that he needs to be the person that we wish for them to be. We need to empower our spouses, number one. Never ever criticize our spouses. Did this sound like familiar? Never criticize your spouse for one reason. It doesn't help. If you ever criticize your husband or your wife, did it help? Shlomi is about to get married in 4 weeks. I just want to let him know. You need to know what he's going to get into, It's not so bad, I told you. So when you criticize somebody else, usually it doesn't go through. There is no way to criticize and create a change into anybody. The only way you can create changes in life is by empowering. What's the difference between criticizing and empowering? Criticize, you find when he did something wrong and you highlight. Empowering, you find when he did something good and you highlight. You want your spouse to take off his shoes at the entrance of your house, let's say. Don't scream at him when he did it. Build them when he did. He took off the shoes, thank you so much for considering me, I appreciate it, it's so special of you. Empower them through the right actions instead of giving them hard time. We live in a society that we go through so much pressure, parnasa and everything, and things usually let out on the wrong way and it's okay. But we need to designate certain times in our day also to empower somebody else, to make him great. And especially the highest responsibility of a woman is to empower her husband. A true woman will make him, will build him to a person that he can be without having any bad feeling about him, like you're not acting well, you're not doing what you have to do as a father. I never heard a woman who was happy with the performance of her husband as a father and as a husband. So if you experience that, you're a regular woman and he's a regular husband. Just do not emphasize what's those difficulties, as it's not going to help. The only way to encourage a father to be more with his kids, to compliment them. To encourage them to be more with you, compliment them. Everybody wants compliment. You will sit in front of you and listen. Go ahead, keep going. If you want your wife, yes, you will sit. Compliments everybody wants. But if you want to associate, want to be together, we have a responsibility to empower. We should empower ourselves, we should empower our spouses, our kids, and the whole world around us. Hanukkah Sameach.